Hello and welcome to Findability Caffeine. I'm your host, Heather Lutzy. I'm the founder of the Findability Group and my co-host,
Natalie Marlette, and I am the Sales and Marketing Manager for Findability Group.
So today we're going to talk about, is Google really the only game in town when it comes to paid search or pay-per-click? We get this question a lot from clients.
Yeah. Well, I think the big question that people always come to us is Bing even worth it? I mean, should I just be spending all my money in Google, or should I just be spending all my money in Bing?
Right.
What's the difference? What should I be considering? Because I think a lot of people come around thinking Google's it. If it's Google or nothing.
Well, and Google has a huge market share too.
Sure.
I mean, obviously, I do trainings across the country. I ask thousands of people, what's your favorite search engine? And bar none, it's Google. You don't Yahoo it, you don't Bing it, you Google it.
Yep.
We get it. We know. We know Google's huge. We all want to work there. It's the happiest place on earth.
You got to slide,
But outside of that, there's other players here. I mean, there's huge search volume in Yahoo, huge search volume in Bing.
Yep.
Why would and Yahoo just recently released their Google AdWords editor version for Yahoo, which is a huge improvement.
Yes.
When I was training for Yahoo search marketing, that was always the biggest complaint. When is Yahoo going to have an editor? So we don't have to do these huge spreadsheets and all this. And that really made it very difficult to work with Yahoo because these spreadsheets were a nightmare. And and that's a huge compelling offer. Now, MSN, this is their third try as a charm. This is their third attempt at a search engine. I think this one is sticking.
Well, sure. Well, and Bing and Yahoo are also kind of getting into bed together again, and I think that's going to help them out a little bit too in the long run in terms of being able to take back some of that market share that Google took from Yahoo and MSN when they split initially.
Right. So what I'm going to have Jim pull up on the video here is we're going to show you Yahoo and Google next to each other. Now you'll notice that the search results are very, very similar to each other. Mostly contextually based. Not a lot of imagery except for maybe the Google checkout button. There's not a lot going on from a search result standpoint. It's just text. Now, what makes Bing so incredibly compelling is their use of visuals.
Yes.
And I think that what they're really playing on, especially in the paid search world, is that people want to engage visually. They're not really that interested in reading. Reading takes a lot of effort. And what if I see a beautiful picture of the SUV I'm searching for? I'm more likely to click on the image than I am to click on a contextual link. And I think that they've really leveraged the look and feel of Bing, not only from the home screen. The home screen are apparently video pictures that subscribers or people have submitted to them. And I don't know if you know this, but you can scroll over the elements on those images, and it will give you kind of factoids about what's on that image. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I don't know if you recently, Google kind of did an interesting thing.
Well, that's what I was going to say is, Bing has really carved out a niche for themselves in this image-based search engine. Because Google recently tried to do the same thing. And I don't know if you noticed, but a few weeks ago, Google basically had a homepage that looked almost exactly like a Bing homepage.
You could choose your
all the imagery. And you know what happened? People went crazy. That's not the user experience they wanted from Google.
Well, it's plagiarism.
Sure.
I mean, it looks exactly like Bing, except for in a Google interface. And people are like, what? Google sold out.
Well, it really shows that people search different search engines at different times, and they want different things out of those search engines.
You know what it shows me is that Google is a little more frightened of their market share.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Why would they do that? I don't,
I think that demonstrates that Google realizes it's starting to lose some of that coveted market share to Bing. And the reason is because they're giving so many visuals.
So going back to kind of cover the basic concept of the three, but why paid search on these? Well, Yahoo has a collaborative partnership with Twitter. I think they want to be more of the social search engine.
Absolutely.
Which I think is brilliant.
I
was waiting who was going to kind of get in bed with Twitter. Yahoo really does have different conversion rates and different stats. So you can't think whatever converts in Google will convert in Yahoo and MSN. And I think that's a pretty common mistake that people assume about. If I just have if I have an AdWords account in Google, I'll just take, and we do recommend you start this way, is you take what works best out of Google and you move it to Yahoo. Now MSN and Yahoo have actually combined their pay-per-click technologies. When I first started working for Yahoo, they were already sharing traffic sources, which made Yahoo a huge player in the space. And then at some point, MSN decided they were going to break from that and have their MSN Ad Center was going to be their own separate product. And now they've kind of figured out that was a huge mistake. And now they're kind of coming back together again, which I think is great news.
Absolutely. Well, it's bad news for Google, but it's good news for the rest of us in terms of really giving users what they want out of search engines.
Yeah, so we encourage you to not just think myoptically in regard to Google. I mean, don't just think Google, 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 all day Google. I mean, people have their favorite search engines. I know a lot of people who love the portal sort of interface of Yahoo. A lot of people love the imagery and the image-based look and feel from MSN and Bing. So, keep, as an advertiser, you cannot get so limited to one given portal.
Right, and I think what this has really shown is that people go to different portals at different times. You may have a favorite portal, but I use Google and I use Bing and I use Yahoo, and they're all for different things.
Right.
So really also being able to connect with your consumer and what portal they're using when they're ready to buy, and that might not be Google.
Right. Well, thank you for joining Findability Caffeine today. Make sure to visit our website at www.findabilitygroup.com. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us your feedback on what you're looking for. We hope to, in the future, have these guests come in and speak, maybe pull in other people in our organization to talk
about them a little bit.
Yeah, talk about their expertise.
Sure.
And so thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Have a good one.